Let's make some of this stir-fried shrimp. We call it kind of a garlicky shrimp that's really great. It's kind of a stir-fry that you can serve over rice. And again, it's a really easy weekday meal for the whole family. So what I've started out with is some frozen shrimp that's deshelled and deveined and detailed and basically ready to eat. It is already cooked. And you are welcome to start with raw shrimp, raw frozen shrimp, uncooked, frozen with shells or without. So it's just up to you how much you want to handle the shrimp. And if it's in the middle of the weekday, I know this takes about 5 minutes to defrost under running cold water. And then they are ready to cook. So they're still cold, but they're defrosted. So I'm going to take the shrimp and put them in a large mixing bowl and kind of spread them out so that we can dust them with a little flour before we put them in the pan. So I've got here about 2 pounds of shrimp. My family of 4 eat a lot of shrimp, so this will kind of do us. Otherwise, it might be enough to serve 6 people. If it's a side dish or an entree or just a starter dish, it could serve 8 or 10. It's just up to you. Now I'm sprinkling them with some plain flour, and again, there's no really set amount, so I'll probably do a half a cup to a quarter cup. If there's extra flour, don't worry about that either, because that'll kind of make part of the sauce that's going to go along with the shrimp. So be kind of a generous sprinkling of flour, and then give them a toss so it coats all sides of the shrimp there. Okay, they're good to go. I'm going to heat up this pan. So we'll do, it's kind of a stir-fry saute both at once. So medium-high heat. Again, these shrimp are already cooked, so we don't have to cook them for very long. Even if they were raw, they wouldn't need a lot of cooking either. Shrimp cook really fast. So heat up the guy. And to cook the shrimp, I'm going to use a combination of olive oil because it can go up to a higher heat, and some butter for flavor. So maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil, again depending on the number of shrimp, and a dollop, tablespoon, or a little more, of butter. And along with the flour on the shrimp, this will just kind of be the basis for the sauce. So make sure to heat that all up. Spread it around. Great. Okay, so let's get the shrimp. Okay. So I'm going to use a spatula just to get out all the flour, because again, once these get in the pan, all that flour is going to cook down, become part of our sauce with the shrimp. And again, you could make a mixture of shrimp and scallops. You could use just scallops if you're really crazy about scallops, or a combination. So all shrimp, all scallops, or half and half. Either way you want to do it. So we want to cook the flour because we want to get rid of that flour taste and let these shrimp get nice and golden. Keep an eye out for little bits of shell. Okay, and while these are starting to color, we're going to season them. Again, pretty simply, we're going to do some salt, flavor, some freshly ground pepper, and I'm going to use some basil. Dry basil is really easy to crunch up and spread around, or you are very welcome to use fresh basil too. Just chop it finely. And I'm using here about probably a total of 2 tablespoons, maybe a little bit more. Again, no measuring really, just keep stirring once in a while. Make sure that all the sides are cooking. You can see the shrimp are starting to color, get a nice golden color. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. If you see it getting dry, you could always add a little more olive oil or a little more butter. And I get that nice flavor. This is a real traditional sort of way of cooking down in Provence. Just garlic. Oh, the garlic powder. You can use fresh garlic. Or garlic powder. You are welcome to use either one. Again, if it's a weeknight and you're kind of in a hurry, garlic powder's fine. If you're going to use fresh garlic, put it in maybe just towards the end, maybe halfway through the cooking. So there'll be a total of about 5 to 6 minutes of cooking, and you put the garlic in about halfway through because you don't want it to burn either. I'm using a spatula too just to make sure that I can keep the flour off the bottom of the pan so it doesn't burn. But I want to move things around so that the flour and the shrimp cook through pretty evenly. And really, you know what? I think we're done. All those shrimps turned a nice orangey golden color. We're all set. Okay, so just take that off the stove. That took less than 5 minutes. Oh, and it's really hot. So, there we go. We can serve that over any kind of sticky rice on the sides. And let's just get a serving pot for that. Which we're out of. Okay. There we go. Nice garlicky shrimp with lots of basil. Ooh. There we go. Garlic shrimp.